America just stunned the world, and most people missed it. While everyone argues online, a quiet revolution is rearranging life. Drones now deliver medicine to remote villages. Cars can drive themselves from factory to front door, and factories hum with robot crews. Behind this convenience, powerful AIs are learning to predict human behavior and make real decisions. A single company now stitches surveillance into daily life, mapping movements and habits. This isn't science fiction, it's a fast-moving reshape of power, work, and personal freedom, and who controls it right now. A drone drops blood from the sky and lands it inside a 1-meter target at a Rwanda hospital. No human pilot, no landing required. That's Zipline, the company that turned drone delivery from a sci-fi idea into real life-saving work. It started by flying blood and vaccines to remote hospitals in Rwanda where roads slow everything down. And now the same tech is being used to move everyday items and medical supplies faster than any truck could in the US. What makes Zipline feel futuristic is not just the plane itself, but the brain behind it. Zipline builds a flight IQ system. Think of it like the drone's eyes and brain combined, so the craft can read the sky, avoid obstacles, and pick a safe path even when the weather is messy. Their newest approach pairs a big winged zip with a tiny thruster-packed droid that lowers the package right where it needs to be inside a 1-meter target that gives crazy precision without the drone having to land. Delivery steps are hands-off and tidy. Someone orders, a nearby zip is routed by an automated control center, the drone flies point to point on a planned route, and the package is lowered or parachuted to the drop spot. Then the zip returns to base and charges up, ready for the next run. Zipline systems include backups, parachutes, rigorous testing, and fail-safes so things stay safe. Why this matters for you beyond the wow factor is speed and reliability. Road traffic, irrelevant. Mountain passes, irrelevant. Need blood or a critical drug in 20 minutes? Zipline can do that. That's why governments in Rwanda, Ghana, and Kenya use it, and why the US State Department is backing expansions. In short, Zipline isn't a gimmick. It's a new way to move stuff when time truly matters. Shield AI unveiled an autonomous fighter jet in late 2025 that takes off vertically, flies over 2,000 nautical miles, and can dogfight in GPS-jammed environments without a human pilot. That's the idea behind Shield AI's XBAT, an AI-piloted vertical takeoff and landing, or VTOL warplane, built to work where runways aren't an option. The company unveiled the aircraft in late 2025, pitching it as an affordable, attritable digital wingman for contested battlefields. At the core is Shield AI's HiveMind autonomy software. HiveMind is designed to let XBAT fly in GPS-denied or jammed environments, share tactics with other aircraft, and keep operating even when comms are weak. That means swarms of these jets can coordinate without constant radio talk, useful when enemies try to blind sensors or choke links. The same autonomy stack helped Shield AI demonstrate advanced air combat maneuvers in previous tests, showing the company's focus on both dogfighting and real mission work. Physically, XBAT is compact but capable. It's a VTOL design, so it can launch from ships, islands, or small clearings. Shield AI builds it with fighter-level range north of 2,000 nautical miles when loaded for a mission, and the ability to carry internal and external weapons, plus sensors for strike, electronic warfare, or reconnaissance. The small footprint means more jets can be staged from tight decks or rotatable shelters, multiplying sortie rates when every plane counts. Modern air combat is moving toward distributed, inexpensive combat mass. A fleet of cheaper, autonomous XBATs can take risks that an expensive manned fighter can't, soak up enemy fire, and present many targets across a theater. That helps preserve human pilots while still projecting power. Plus, being cheaper than a 5th-gen jet makes it realistic to buy lots of them. Instead of a few expensive manned fighters, militaries could field swarms of autonomous jets that can take risks no human pilot would survive. This is not a finished in-service fighter yet. Shield AI plans further testing, and timelines point toward continued development through the late 2020s. Regulators, command chains, and tactics will shape how quickly these jets move from demos to real combat squadrons. But the big idea is simple: cheaper, smart, and flexible air power that can operate from places fighters can't. Imagine you buy a car, walk outside, and your new ride gently pulls up to your door, except today it drove itself there. That's exactly what happened in late June 2025 when Tesla and Elon Musk shared a video of a Model Y driving from the Gigafactory in Texas to a customer's home with no one behind the wheel. It was about a 30-minute trip across highways and suburban streets, and Tesla called it the world's first fully autonomous factory-to-customer car delivery. So what actually happened? Tesla used its full self-driving software, FSD, and robo-taxi stack to route the car, handle lane changes, stop at lights, and navigate roundabouts. Tesla and Elon Musk shared footage and posts about the trip, and staff said the car reached highway speeds during parts of the run, a real test of the system's ability to mix highway and city driving. Before you freak out, this was a controlled demo, and Tesla still faces legal and safety checks before rolling this out broadly. Many experts stress that demos don't equal mass availability. Regulators, insurers, and testing need to catch up. Still, the event matters because it's a proof point. The software and chips Tesla has been designing are capable of handling a full end-to-end real-world journey. That's huge for the industry because it pushes the idea of cars acting like robots that can operate unsupervised. That means a future where new cars might not need traditional handoffs at the dealership, where robo-taxis pick up riders, and where logistics like moving cars, deliveries, and people can be automated. It's not here for everyone yet, but Tesla just flipped a big switch from possible to it actually happened. Expect faster demos, more videos, and a louder debate about when autonomous driving becomes everyday life.
For the first time, driverless trucks are hauling commercial freight on American highways with nobody in the cab. Aurora began commercial hauls between Dallas and Houston in 2025. Aurora, for example, began commercial driverless hauls between Dallas and Houston in 2025, and other players are scaling tests into real revenue runs. So how do these robot trucks work? They use stacks of sensors, cameras, radar, and LiDAR, plus big neural nets that learn to drive in highway conditions. Companies build redundant braking, steering, and power systems so a single glitch doesn't cause disaster. The software handles lane changes, speed control, merging, and long stretches of highway driving, where trucks spend most of their time. Remote operators monitor fleets, but the goal is driverless long-haul core legs with humans handling the weird bits, like city docks. Why Texas? The state has friendly lanes for testing and recently built corridors and rules that speed rollouts. That's why we're seeing the first commercial runs there. It's easier to validate the tech on long, predictable highway stretches before tackling messy urban streets. Companies often start with night runs and fixed routes to minimize surprises while they collect miles and data. What this means for every American is practical: lower freight costs, faster shipping, and fewer delays caused by driver shortages. For truckers, it's complicated. The American Trucking Association reports 3.5 million professional truck drivers in the U.S., making this one of the most common occupations. For the supply chain, robot trucks can run longer shifts and predictable schedules. The tech is already real on highways. The industry is now figuring out scale, regulations, and how to safely put thousands of driverless trucks on the road. Inside Amazon's giant fulfillment centers, thousands of little robots zip around like ants, moving shelves, carrying bins, and shuttling products to human packers. Deep Fleet is Amazon's new brain for those robots, a generative AI traffic controller that learns how to route machines, avoid jams, and shave time off millions of tiny trips. Amazon says this model can boost robot travel efficiency by about 10%. At Amazon's scale, over 175 fulfillment centers worldwide, this efficiency gain affects millions of daily package movements. Here's the simple idea. When you have a million moving robots, naive routing creates bottlenecks. Deep Fleet treats the warehouse like a city and predicts where congestion will form, then nudges robots onto better paths, times moves, and smooths traffic. The system constantly learns from real behavior, so it improves over time. Why does a 10% gain matter? Because shipping is a scale game. A tiny cut in robot travel time speeds packing, reduces energy use, and can mean packages getting out the door hours earlier. For customers, that shows up as faster delivery. For Amazon, it means lower operating costs and smoother warehouse floors. For workers, smarter robots usually mean fewer chaotic pauses and less need for human intervention to untangle jams. Deep Fleet is a neat example of AI moving from recognize stuff to orchestrate many things at once. It's not flashy like a self-driving car on the highway, but it's exactly the kind of quiet, multiplying efficiency that powers modern e-commerce. So, while robots do the moving, Deep Fleet is the invisible conductor, making sure the whole orchestra doesn't trip over its feet.